The thing is I just had a realization, or however you call it, an epiphany, and it didn't. Somebody actually made me think about this. Not that my parents and my relatives haven't been telling me this, to just forget about the baby, forget about the wife, just move on. Let him go. I've already let the wife go. That's one thing. Or she let me go, I should say. So I didn't have a choice in that. But with the baby, she's not letting me see the baby and all of this stuff. And maybe it's true that sometimes you just gotta let it all go. Just let it all go. I've always had this problem that I was always taught that you have to fight for stuff. You have, it's hard work. You have to keep trying, keep striving. Like to кажуть, зубами гризти треба. That's how we've been taught. That the kingdom of heaven is taken by force, and that Царство Боже силою береться, и все силою тужся. But in reality, that's probably exactly the problem. Is if you have to force it, it's no good. It's like somebody said, love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably shit. And maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's the thing that I got to realize. I read a book a while ago, and it's amazing that I forgot about it already. The concept of it. It was called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it's and it's just talking about how you shouldn't have to force anything. That you need to learn how to just let things go and just learn how to not care. But I've always had this problem. I've always had this high expectation of myself, that I should be able to do anything and everything, that I should be like a Superman. I take on plumbing, electrical, any kind of thing, and then if it doesn't work, I get pissed. I start losing my mind, and I'm like, why am I not able to do this? And then my mom would tell me, it's like, well, did you go to school for this? Did somebody teach you to do this? Did you train for this? Did you have experience doing this? I'm like, it's not rocket science, I should be able to do everything. But that's just not the way it's not the way it is. You can't expect so much from yourself. Same thing, you can't expect to be able to save your marriage. You can't expect to be able to change your not even change your wife, but change your wife's mind. You can't expect to change what she thinks. You're not God Almighty. And maybe the right thing to do is just let it all go. Let it all go. Maybe that's where I'm wrong. I should just let this baby go and forget about it. Forget about her, and then as she grows up, she'll decide whether or not she wants to have a relationship with her dad or not. Because right now all it is, it's a source of aggravation. It's a source of aggravation, and I'm just hurting myself, trying to fight for it, trying to stay in this in my daughter's life. But maybe that's where I'm wrong. And somebody really made me see this. It's amazing. There's potential in this person, by the way. Anyways, yeah. So that's probably what I gotta do. Just stop fighting for 50-50 parenting and all of this stuff. Forget it. Just forget it. Just move on and just live your life. Pay the child support, and that's it. And just start your own, your new life, and that's it. Because you can't control people. You can't control circumstances. It's We've been taught to fight, push, and all of this stuff. And the same thing about, I'm thinking, I'm so passionate about politics and our liberties and our rights and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking that's probably stupid too, posting videos about politics, posting videos about police abuse and how they've abused me and how they've confiscated my property and all of this stuff. It's, there's really nothing we can do. We're fucked as it is already. There's nothing we can do about everything that's going on. It's, Joe Biden said it clearly. What are you going to do with your guns if we have fighter jets? He said it plain and clear, and that's how the government views us. It's like, what are you going to do? They will pick us out individually, destroy each and every one of us on our own, and that's it. So the more you think you're gonna speak up, for your rights, you think you're gonna speak up for things that are wrong in the government, with the police, etc. They're just gonna ruin you individually, as they have done with me. They will shut you up. They will tell you that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what they told me personally. They said the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and they gave me enough grease. Cost me $1.5 million, cost me my marriage, cost me not being able to see my baby, cost me my mental health, cost me a lot of stuff. Cost me, losing my friends and my family, not believing in me. It cost me a lot, because they clearly told me, the police told me, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That means shut the fuck up, or you're gonna get it. And that's what all of us should realize. It's like, forget it, forget about fighting the flock cameras. Forget about telling the people that elections don't do shit. They don't decide anything. Forget about all of this stuff. Forget about your First Amendment rights. Forget about your Second Amendment rights. You can't do nothing. You just can't do nothing. It's just look out for yourself. That's what I should have always done, because I never had a problem. Nobody ever fucked with me. The police never fucked with me. Nobody ever fucked with me until I started opening my mouth and bringing attention to their to all of their abuses, to the way that the system, how screwed up it is. Until I started posting videos and talking about it openly, that's when I started having problems. But before that, I never had a problem. So who cares about everybody else? Who cares? If you can't fight for your own rights, then screw you. Why should I give a shit? Why should I give a shit? I never had a problem until I started caring about everybody. Who did I think I was? Who did I think I was? I'm gonna be Martin Luther King. That's what I matter of fact, that's what I told the sheriff department. You're gonna keep messing with me, I'll be the next Martin Luther King. Who did I think I was? We cannot make a difference. We cannot change anything, because we're too divided. We're too scared. We're too cowardly. So individually, none of us can do shit. Bend over there and take it. My mom told me clearly when we moved to this country 20 years ago, she said, shut up and stay down and shut the hell up. And I said, no, Mom, this is not Soviet Union anymore. We have rights here. We have liberties. We have we have the Constitution here. This is not Soviet Union anymore, Mom. But I was so wrong, and she was so right. And she was so right, because it never changes. Nothing. It doesn't matter where you live. We just have the illusion. We have the illusion of freedom in this country. But the minute you try to exercise any of those rights that you have, you'll find out that you ain't got shit very quickly. So as long as you stand down, shut the hell up, bend over, take it, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. And then maybe if you don't open your mouth, and at least if they know you, who you are, they usually don't mess with you. But the minute you start opening your mouth, they're like, well, now you're fucking pushing it. We weren't fucking with you, but now you're pushing it. Now you're pushing it. Because it's true. I'm being sarcastic, but it's true that one person can make all the difference in the world. It takes one Martin Luther King. It takes one person like Paul, like me, and they know who has a very strong influential potential. They know, they can tell. They know that when you're not afraid, they know all these things. So they know who is dangerous. They know who they need to oppress, depress, and destroy before they start making any difference. They know these things, you know. If you suck, they won't bother. They won't bother you, you know. But if you got any kind of influence, if you got any, you know, if you got that kind of a thing about you, or you have that leadership thing about you, or you know, and people, you get people going, and then you become too dangerous for them, and you know, you become a major problem. But if you're like that, they usually won't mess with you as individually, you know, because you will give them pushback. But the minute you start thinking you're gonna make a difference for everybody, now you've done it. Now you've done it. Now who the fuck do you think you are? You know, and that's where I made a mistake. And so I should go back to not giving a flipping, you know, I'm using too many F words. There was something else I was going to share on this topic, but yeah, the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Look that up. Read the book. It's a good book. You know, it's interesting, but I'm guessing Buddhist religion is all about that. You know, it's all about not like striving. You know, it's like getting to that level without striving, and even the desire to be at that level should not be striving, because that in itself becomes a problem. It's almost like in some sense a Christian idea about grace, you know, where it's like you don't have to try to earn grace. It's interesting how religions, they kind of intersect, you know, in their own weird way, you know. And how the idea of Buddhism, you know, it's almost like the idea of grace in Christianity, you know, and that's our problem with Christianity. We've been taught that we have to push, like tursa, you know, when the person is when a woman is giving birth, you know, you gotta like you gotta try hard, you know, so you can achieve the level of greatness and holiness, you know. That's not really how it's supposed to be. Christ said that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's what he said. He said that, you know, he says that the gospel is foolish gospel because it's so simple and it's so ridiculously, you know, unbelievable how simple it is that people consider it foolish. But we've been taught that we have to push, strive, try harder. That's exactly the problem with it, you know. That's exactly the problem, and maybe that is the way to live life. And I was never good at it. I was always a sore loser, you know. There was no way, if you know, something was fighting with me and I couldn't get it done, there's no way. I would keep fighting it. I mean, even past the point where you know it's already not worth continuing because you're already upset and it's pointless, it's useless. But I would keep grinding until like I would lose my mind, you know. And somebody just really made me see that today, you know. This one person, really interesting person, by the way, beautiful person. So that's the thing. Maybe that's what I gotta do. It's not maybe, but for sure, I gotta let this child go. And that's it. Stop trying to, you know, because realistically, what the hell am I thinking? Half parenting, you know. My wife lives, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and the pickups, the drop-offs, and all of this bullshit. Why would I want to do any of that? Let her raise this child, knock yourself out, and that's it. She doesn't want to let me see the child. That's fine. Big freaking. I don't think anybody loves their children as much as I do, but who cares? That's my problem. Is I care too much. I care too much. I care too much about my wife, and I care too much about my baby. I don't know, but that's the biggest problem. Is when you should never care too much. You should only care about yourself the most. That should be your number one priority. The minute you start caring about something or somebody more than you care about yourself, that's when you got problems. You got to be a little bit more selfish in order to win. You know, you got to be more selfish. That's so important. Selfishness is a gift that everyone should master. The art of mastering selfishness. Otherwise, the life will just chew you up. People will chew you up and spit you out because they will abuse you. They will use you. If you care about people, they'll come to ask you to lend them some money because you care. You'll lend them some money. They'll show you the middle finger, never pay you back. Or they'll keep asking you for help, and you'll be dumb enough to keep helping them. They'll abuse you, and so on and so forth. Or you'll have that wife that she'll abuse you and manipulate you, and because you care so much, you'll keep trying. Trying harder never freaking works. That's what they teach now courses about. You gotta not try at all. You gotta stop trying. As soon as the wife wants to leave, let her ass go. Let her ass go. That's it. Do not even bother. Don't be stupid. You should not care about anybody or anything more than you care about yourself. That's the honest truth, because then you end up looking like an idiot because you care so much. You start getting upset. Your emotions start flaring up, and then you look like a dickhead. Why would you do that? Let that shit go. Let it go. Let that bitch ass wife go. Let that child go. You can't control people. You can't control. If God is not able to do it, then who do you think you are that you'll be able to do it? That's it. So I'm progressing. I feel like I'm making progress big time. Thank God for some people, that it's amazing. It's amazing how that worked out. Even though people have been telling me, all my relatives, all my family has been telling me to just forget about it. Forget about it. Move the fuck on. Forget about it. But I kept trying. I kept, because God hates divorce and all this stuff, I kept trying to save my marriage. No, fuck it. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Get a next woman and start over. And do it as many times as you have to without losing a beat. That's it. Preferably don't get married. The institute of marriage is dead. It's gone. It's destroyed. Satan has done a number on it with the help of the government and social media and all of that. You can forget about it. Institution of marriage is done. Even in church, they have already destroyed it by every which way possible, by the shit that they teach from the pulpit. So it's done. Like it's completely useless. The whole institute of marriage and family, it's absurd. You might as well just get a boyfriend, girlfriend, for your needs, and that's it. And enjoy yourself. And the minute that doesn't work, move on to the next person. I'm telling you, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It's just, it sounds terrible, but that's just the truth. That's just the honest, pathetic truth. That's where we're at. Selfishness, folks. Learn to be selfish is my best advice for you. Don't be dumb like me, and be selfless and try too hard, because you're only gonna lose. You're only gonna lose. Don't care about people. Don't care about nobody. Care about yourself. Yourself. There's nobody more important than you. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being honest right now. That's what you should do. Is care about your needs, care about what you need, what you want, and do everything you need to do for that. Otherwise, you'll be walked all over, abused, and you'll be driven to the point of insanity and suicide. If you try to please people, try to live for somebody else, forget it. Forget it. Take it from somebody that's lived it and tried it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, people. Come on, it wasn't that interesting? I need to grow my audience. I need to grow my audience so I can start making foolish money just from bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So subscribe, share this ridiculous video with somebody, especially if you know me. Share it with somebody else. Don't you all love to gloat? Come on. You all love to gloat. Like, share it with a friend and be like, look at this. This is Paul Prestas. Look at him. Send it to a friend of yours that knows me. Come on. That's what everybody loves to do. So do that. I'd appreciate it. Was this recording? Thank God. I thought it wasn't recording. I would have lost my shit right now.